Good morning, everybody. This is Connor from Futures Analytica bringing you guys a new series. So today we are going to be starting our $500 to $25,000 account challenge. We are going to be working our way up all the way from our net liquidation here. You can see $500 up to $25,000. So this is going to be kind of a longer journey, I'm going to think, because we are starting on MES. You can see here on our chart, we actually have the ES data loaded. We're doing that with the Analytica Chart 4 Plus. So we're able to get the same trades we would on ES and use the same model as we were, even though we're trading MES. So without further ado, let's get started. We're going to be arming it in both directions inside of regression mode due to this large amount of chop here. But guys, I'm pretty excited for this challenge. I think it's going to provide a pretty new, stimulating way to really push myself as a trader. And I think this will be helpful to you guys who are starting on a smaller sized account. You can see here we just got filled into our first trade. We are trading 3 contracts of MES. You can see that's pretty small amount of numbers there. Each tick is worth about $3.75 with the amount of contracts that we are trading. Hopefully we can start the day out here with a win, but unfortunately our first trade on this account is a loss. That's okay. Wait, let me pull up my executions feed here. There we go. I just got filled into our second trade here. Let's see if we get some more luck on this one. You guys can see here, you can see all of the targets up here, or sorry, the positions that we have taken, as well as timestamps. You can also see our actual account name. Of course, we're using a different account than we usually are, because this one only has 500 in it. You can see we're down to 492 now. So our minimum number for 3 contracts that we cannot dip below ever is $150 because MES has a margin of $50 per contract. That's for intraday. So we're pretty safe right now. We ended up winning that second trade, by the way, guys, but we'll see what happens here. See, we're getting some chop around this derived zone that was automatically marked. You can see that we had a divergence at 705 that's going to be really confirming our regression mode selection. Hey Arjan, thank you for the question. I'm just curious, how is your mode selection being taken? There we go. Just got filled into our third trade of the day here. Let's see if we can end up winning it. There we go. Now we are in profit. We're up $7 on the day. So this is going to be kind of a slower series here, especially because we're starting with 3 contracts. Once we get to 600, we can bump up our margin a little bit. We're going to go to 4 probably. Each $100, we're going to increase the contract size. Once we get to 7 contracts of MES, any further increases are going to be done on ES. So we're going to swap to just 1 contract of ES instead of 8 contracts of MES when that time comes. Hopefully it does come. And hopefully we don't fail this challenge. That would be a little bit of a shame. You can see we're kind of working against commissions here. So one of the biggest challenges you have to deal with when trading micros is that your commissions are actually quite a bit higher than they are on full contracts. So good morning, everyone. At this point, we're going to switch into trend mode. Pretty consistent delta and price at this point, and we're getting some actual price movement. The derived zones that have been forming are pretty far away from each other, except for the exception of this one. But we just got filled into a short position here. End up winning that one pretty quickly. Now we're up actually 22.86. So you can see that commissions really are working against us at this point, but we are up. We're up actually 4.5%. So I don't really like measuring amounts in percents for growth on futures because I think it's not a very fair comparison to other derivatives or instruments that you're trading, as the margin is very, very different. But in terms of growth, we're up 4.5%, which I'd say is pretty substantial. We're trying to get to 600 today. We'll see if it ends up happening. Also, guys, for you guys just joining, you can see my net liquidation up here at the top left, which shows our current cash value. We started with $500 today. Also, if you guys have any questions, check out the form in the description where you can see I'm answering any questions you guys have. End up winning that one up to 37.95 now. Starting to make some progress. You can see these small gains are starting to add up. Hey Carter, thank you for the question. Polarity should be set to calculate on bar close and not on each tick. So that being said, we actually manually override that in the code to be actually calculating on each tick. But if you select on each tick, it's not going to be doing those things properly. And you're going to have some issues with the machine learning module if you have it set to each tick. You need to have it on bar close. Hey Annie, thank you for the question, which was how do you change the order quantity of the strategy? So what you have to do is you actually have to go into your ATM strategy, click edit, change the order quantity, and make sure you save it. Changing it right here at the top in the chart trader is not going to do anything, and it's also not going to do anything if you do not save the changes that you made to the ATM strategy. You can do this on the fly if you actually select your ATM strategy. Even though you're trading right now, it'll still save. You can see that we're winning back-to-back trades here, up to $68.13 on the day. We're starting to make some serious progress. We're pretty close to our $600 target, which we will then be switching to another contract. There'll be 4 contracts after we reach $100 in profit. Just got filled into a long position here. We ended up winning that one up to $83 on the day now. We're going to be switching into regression mode at this point. We've had a pretty significant amount of chop around these derived zones. I have minimum stacked imbalances set to 2. Hey, Icom, thank you for the question, which was how much are you risking from the $500 per trade? I'm not trading with $500 per trade. I'm trading a $500 account. So I'm risking about $20 per trade right now. See, we're up to 98.31. That is close enough for me to increase our order quantity to 4. So we're going to be changing that. We're now up to 4 contracts of MES. Let's see how far we can go. Hey, Isa, thank you for the question, which was, I'm watching the live YouTube session and I'm wondering what criteria the algo takes entries off of. What is the entry criteria? So the Polarity Automated Trading Interface, which is the name of the software, takes trades based off of order flow imbalances, and it then filters that and then optimizes the actual conditions to get to those order flow imbalances through machine learning. So it primarily is an order flow strategy. We're looking for large spikes in volatility as well as aggressive market orders to push us into trades based off of market microstructure. So we have some pretty good videos. There's one in the description of this video which will explain the strategy very well and why it works. But yeah, essentially it's just order flow imbalances at its bare bones. But of course, we've added a lot of things over the past year, which primarily has been having to do with machine learning, which is this heuristic parameter optimization button, where there actually is a cat boost model formed by the strategy to learn based off of the trades you take and the changes in volatility the market has. So that's been a pretty substantial undertaking to add. We've invested a lot of resources into that, but that's what makes it a little bit more advanced than we previously have offered. Unfortunately, there is another loss for us, down to $68.43. It's unfortunate that our first that we had another loss there after we increased our order size to 4 contracts. Big bummer. If we lose another one, we're gonna have to scale back down to 3 contracts. We're gonna switch here into trend mode. We're starting to get some pretty serious movement at this point. There we go. Just got filled into a long position as expected due to those derived zones there. But we just won that trade. We're up to $88 now. You can see commissions really hurt us on those 2 trades. We were at $98, and then we lost a trade, won a trade, and we paid almost exactly $10 in commissions just from those 2 trades. So it's pretty substantial on this smaller account. Hold on, having some connection issues here. Not sure why our orders would not be submitting. Hey Arjan, so you're you didn't really answer my question about which mode you are in. So those things are all correct to have on, but are you switching between trend and regression? Yeah, I'm not certain what's going on with my connection here, guys. It's not letting me place any trades. Um, but honestly, I'd say we had a pretty solid day as we've been going here. We're up to $588, which is pretty close to our target, close enough. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with my data feed. Um, that's pretty interesting. I'm still getting data, but it's not letting me place trades. It's saying that account is not connected. So I'm not certain about what's actually going on there, but I'm going to try and get that sorted out. That's pretty concerning. Of course, ATM strategies are at least server bound, so with that, we wouldn't ever take a substantial loss from that, but that may have to do with the data that I'm using. I'm not sure what's going on with the NinjaTrader side. If anyone else is experiencing issues, let me know. But that being said, yeah, it's pretty curious. But well, guys, I do appreciate you guys tuning in today for our first episode of the Small Account Challenge. Made some pretty serious progress today, up to 88.55, which, that might not seem like a lot, but with only $500, I'd say that is pretty substantial. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. And actually, you know what? I'm gonna answer a couple more questions before we tune off. It's kind of a short stream today, so this user said there's a global issue with systems, so I'm not sure exactly if that's true, but that would make sense about why my orders aren't submitting. But yeah, guys, thank you so much. Also, Cavalera, if you're interested in these settings, they're just going to be the same settings I'm using in the template that you guys all get. You just import it into your NinjaTrader and you automatically get those same settings, of course, with machine learning too. And then I just have two boxes checked, which is just to use the full contract order flow data on both the Analytica Chart 4 Plus and the PolarityATI. But guys, again, I'm using the Polarity automated trading interface. We do have a 20% off sale going right now. It's with code FLASH20. And this is just to highlight how you guys can use it on a smaller account with that feature where you can use the full contract order flow data. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in.